it's easy to condemn the brothers, but it's like also if you're rubbing your accomplishments and the things you have in people's faces, it's almost like you're trying to incite a spirit of covetousness or jealousy in them, and that's something that's absolutely unacceptable. And for me, I have had hindsight moments where I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that. And not no intentions behind it, nothing, I'm not trying to make anybody feel away. But I would look back at the situation and replay the circumstances, and I'd be like, they could have probably took that the wrong way. Or they could have probably saw that as me bragging, or they could have probably saw that as, a self-righteous moment or a prideful moment. And it's not our job to be responsible for everyone's feelings, but if we have self-awareness that we can show up better and we can show up better for people and be better when it's time. So I guess kind of wanted to use not only Joseph, but also my own personal experience of like just trying to stay humble yourself. Humility is something that we really have to work on. Keeping ourselves humble. This is not a competition, and just like the Lord can give it, He can take it away.
We're reaching new levels. Buckle up, stop, baby, yeah. Baby, new levels. Buckle up, grenade. We're reaching new levels. Buckle up, don't later. And I am new level. It's loaded. I'm loaded.
Judah said to his brothers, what will we gain by killing our brother? We'd have to cover up the crime. Instead of hurting him, let's sell him to those Ishmaelite traders. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood. And his brothers agreed. So when the Ishmaelites, who were Midianite traders, came by, Joseph's brother pulled him out of the cistern and sold him to them for 20 pieces of silver, and the traders took him to Egypt. Hi everybody, welcome back to Level Uploading Fight Feelings, Face Facts with yours truly, Shay.
Hey!
I hope everybody is doing okay, baby. It's ice storms in Tennessee. Baby, when I talk about Joseph in that well, I think about my situation over this last day or so of just like not quite getting the snow day that I had expected. We lost power. It was insanity. Trees falling down, trees covered in ice, whole trees falling, branches everywhere. It sounded like explosions because the poles were falling. It's been crazy. I've been in the house. Unfortunately, I did lose power for about almost 24 hours. And this made me think about Joseph. This made me think about Joseph in a lot of ways because in his life, he was spending a lot of time in jail and like in just some crazy situations. He was in a well for a little bit, in slavery, sold off. He just in all these crazy situations, and you don't really realize how much you rely on power or how much you rely on certain things that you just expect to work and just expect to happen. We're in the middle of a winter storm. It's going crazy outside, and now I don't have power. Temperatures got all the way down to, I want to say, it was an ice storm. It got all the way down to, I believe, 17 at night. And I just want to give a quick testimony before I go further into Joseph. Like, the Lord is so, so good. Like, He literally just ordered my steps in preparing for it. And because honestly, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I was one of those skeptics. I really sometimes, discount the meteorologists. They're paid to be wrong. That's what I say. They just be making up stuff and get paid to make mistakes. And that's so not true. But I was like, I'll get a little bit prepared, but I'm not going to go crazy like everybody else is and buy up the whole store and buy up every generator and all this. I'm not going to do all that, but I am going to, be prepared. I would rather need it and not have it than to have it and not need it. I was not fully prepared for my power to be out from Sunday at 5 a.m. to like almost 3 o'clock in the morning on Monday. very dangerous stuff. And it's still not over. And I'm still praying for everybody who is still without power. I was blessed enough to be one of the, first people. There were people who were quicker, but even though it was almost 24 hours, I still was able to get my power back relatively quickly compared to some people who are still waiting. And it's about to be Wednesday. So I said all that to say, this had me thinking about Joseph and all the different predicaments that he was in, where it was just him and the Lord, him just depending on the sovereignty and the favor of the Lord to, you know, get him through. I'm in here, my family is far away, but in that time, I was able to just kind of be in solitude. The Lord really has been good and favorable in the way that he helped me prepare for the things. Also thankful to the Lord because there's a lot of favor that's attached to me even in hard times. So I'm sorry, y'all, it's a full tangent, but I was just thinking about Joseph and how his brothers had so much disdain for him just for being favored, just for being loved, just for being a dreamer, just for having faith. And living in this world as a believer, that is something that we always face. There's people who are pessimistic, who want to rain on your parade, or who want to try to downplay your dreams or downplay your assignment, take you off course, make you think it's not a possibility for you, make you think that you're not qualified. When we all know that's just not how the Lord works. He will use the most he will use the most unorthodox person when he wants to. And I know that Joseph, later on in the story, after he got out of that well, he just kept on being in situations where he just needs the Lord. It's just so humbling. It's a very humbling experience. And I know that humility is one of the things that I always have to continually reinforce within myself. I'm not ashamed to say that. I've said it plenty of different times of just, self-righteousness and pride are some things that sometimes I have to keep in check. Those are things that I have to constantly, taper down. I have to consciously get together with myself. And so we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. Like, it's all spiritual. And that is the scary part about, navigating this life sometimes, because there are people who are just covetous, and in times of trial and hard times when you're in that well, the only person that you have is the Lord. And I know for myself, I also I saw and see how Joseph was kind of like me in the sense of although he was being happy and proud about the story and the calling and the dream that he had, there was a little pride mixed in there, to make him want to brag. And even though he may not have been technically bragging, he should have had a lot more situational awareness to where he would know, hey, they're probably not going to want to hear they're going to bow to me. They're probably not going to want to, hear this dream where they're inferior and I'm superior. It's probably not a good look for me as the little brother to go tell my big brothers that they're going to bow to me, And I don't know. It's easy to condemn the brothers, but it's also if you're rubbing your accomplishments and the things you have in people's faces, it's almost like you're trying to incite a spirit of covetousness or jealousy in them, and that's something that's absolutely unacceptable. And for me, I have had hindsight moments where I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that, and no intentions behind it, nothing. I'm not trying to make anybody feel away, but I will look back at the situation and replay the circumstances, and I'll be like, they could have probably took that the wrong way, or they could have probably saw that as me bragging, or they could have probably saw that as, you know, a self-righteous moment or a prideful moment. And it's not our job to be responsible for everyone's feelings, but if we have self-awareness that we can show up better and we can show up better for people and be better when it's time. So I guess kind of wanted to use not only Joseph, but also my own personal experience of like just trying to stay humble, humble, humble yourself. Humility is something that we really have to work on. Keeping ourselves humble. This is not a competition. And just like the Lord can give it, He can take it away. Don't take these blessings for granted. Don't take these small beginnings for granted. Don't take these moments of favor and love and provision that comes from the Lord. Don't take it for granted. And don't use them as a shield against your brethren. Don't use it as a flex to, make people feel some type of way. Just trying to keep my heart posture in check and really make sure that I'm not purposefully inciting spirits that I do not want to tangle with, such as jealousy, envy, lust, any of those things that can sometimes be very deadly once they have been activated in other people and it's directed towards you. Just saying. But anyway, guys, I pray that everyone is being safe. I'm not sure where everybody is listening from. Comment below. Let me know where you're listening from. I want to know where you're listening from and if you guys are doing okay in this winter storm. I'm working for Nashville right now, so I am thugging it out with the natives. But anyway, I hope that this message reaches you guys. I hope that you are doing okay. Hope you're safe. I hope that if you are without power, that help is on the way soon. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.